They inducted him into their group now. I saw him in a cop car, actually patrolling where I live, the area where I live. The same guy that set me up. This guy is a guy that basically lied to the cops and said that I was causing problems in the store when he started in on me. You know, he was making, you know, him and his buddy were called me a jack off, and I walked over to talk to him about it, and he just immediately grabbed me, and, you know, and just, you know, you need to leave the store right now. You know, you need to leave right now. Or no, actually, it wasn't. You need to leave. I'm gonna. What is it? It's gonna be my word against you. I can't remember exactly what he threatened me with, but he was threatening me with something. Anyway, and you can't really. It's very hard to defend yourself because while he's doing this, you're not really prepared for this. You've got the voices, you know, going on, and things were so bad at that time. It's just like you're like completely. You're just like stuck. It's very, very difficult to concentrate when you're attacked at the level that I was. I'm not so sure everybody is attacked at the same level that I was, but if you're attacked like I was, you're going to have a very, very difficult time defending yourself until you learn how to control your own mind. And yes, meditation did help with controlling anger and my own emotions, but since these were external things, this was a machine that was like in my mind. It actually took I actually had to hypnotize myself to, you know, like if I was hypnotized to not be able to speak, I had to re-hypnotize myself where I would speak. And I had to go back through, and every place that I had a weak area, I would re-hypnotize myself and let myself know that, you know, I can speak. And I would suggest you do the same. I already went into Valerian. I got this palm cam. I have the other videos were on my webcam. This is a palm cam I'm using for this video. I advise you take a palm cam with you wherever you go. I don't always take mine with me because it's such an inconvenience, and sometimes I really just can't. But the palm cam is a useful tool on catching these people, and I know you can, if you can afford it, you can go to Spy Headquarters. You can pick up all kinds of listening device, recording devices. My MP3 player works as a really good recording device. I have recordings now. I actually took it into the courthouse, and I have the judge on MP going on about his criminal activities. I've got him on tape denying me right to counsel for bullshit. So I'm gathering evidence. This one's one that's probably the main reason why I'm doing this video right here. This is an appeal to everybody, and especially the TIs. Is that this is one thing that, you know, I said in the earlier video that, you know, I was hanging around with this group, and then I just kind of got tired of it and went out to and left. And when I did manage to actually speak to Robert a few years back, and he said that divide and conquer is one of their tactics. You hear me? Divide and conquer. And I really think that that's what the perps are doing in our ranks, is they're dividing us and conquering us, and by keeping us divided about issues that really don't matter. I mean, yes, they do matter, but they don't matter in the big picture. And please allow me to explain. We've been divided. We're disagreeing on who they are and what they're using to do this on us. And even though those are important issues, it's keeping us from getting organized to the level where we should be. We need to be going more on the offensive, and we can go more on the offensive. But if we're constantly talking about who it is and where it is, and I know I'm not saying that everybody does this, but I'm pleading with you to put aside your differences and realize that we all have one common problem here, and that common problem is we're targeted, and our enemies can all be taken, this is the most important thing, is our enemies can all be taken down the same way. We can, enemies, I hate to use that word, these criminals can all be taken down the same way. We can all defeat these attacks if we can get organized. And we need to be as organized as they are. We need to be a machine that operates just like they do. They have a group mind mentality. They operate as a team, and we can discuss Illuminati and Club of Rome and New World Order and international bankers and Masons, and all this stuff is all neat to sit around and talk about, but it's a waste of our time. We're not going to be able, I understand the law, we're not going to be able to go into court and use and say it's the Freemasons because we don't have no evidence, and if we spend our time arguing about who it is, let's get out there and find out who it is. In other words, let's be more actively grouping and actively building up our defenses, and because the way to beat them is the same way, with gathering evidence and getting more people involved in this. The more people that know, the better. If we have 10,000 people that are saying, hey, we're hearing voices and we're not crazy and we're hearing voices, Congress can't shut us up so easy. If we got one person there saying, hey, one person, me, I went to the cops. They committed me like that. They lied and said that I was suicidal, which I didn't, and threw me in jail. And I know it's happened to other TIs too. That's what they do. They can do that to one person, but they can't do that to 10,000 people. Now, the way to beat these guys is, first, our big thing is we've got to get organized. And so I'm pleading with you. I'm begging you, please. I appreciate people like Alex Jones so much for putting out the information. Whether I agree with everything he says or not, it doesn't matter, because at least he's trying to open up people's eyes, for crying out loud. You understand what I'm saying? I don't agree with all the stuff that I hear, because I'm hearing a lot of different who's and possibilities and stuff, and that's all really neat stuff, but we have a serious problem here, and we have to do something about it. And we have TIs dying, 19-year-old girls dying, and the way we got to do this is we've got to educate people. And I have some great ideas on how we can do this and be sneaky about it and have a really good time doing it. And I'm getting involved in committees and stuff, but I'm thinking like maybe a TI central headquarters. I mean, I'm talking we literally have to be as military as they are. They have a group mind. We have to have a group mind. We've got to put aside our differences. We've got to put aside our differences if we're going to beat this. They're dividing us and they're conquering us. They've got us running around in circles. Well, it's some mob boss I pissed off years ago. Well, your mob boss is just a small part of the problem. The mob boss may have gotten the technology, may be the one doing it, but there's people that we've got to make that this, in order for us to bust the mob boss, we've got to bring it to public attention. We've got to let it look, we've got to, you're not going to be able, they're not going to ever say, hey, we're a bunch of criminals, we tortured these thousands of people. Well, they might, but, years later, like with MK Ultra, we'll probably be dead before they do that. So, get together on this one. All right? They're not just trying to control the U.S. They're trying to, and one misspoke that I had, they're not just trying to control the U.S., they're trying to control the world.